Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at replacing a ZIF connector. Now the one that we're going to be working on is the connector that attaches the Joy-Con to the motherboard on a Nintendo Switch Lite. However, the process to replacing this ZIF connector is very similar across all devices, whether it's an iPad, a MacBook, other gaming consoles. It's basically the same process. These connectors are typically made up of three materials, two different types of plastic, and then of course the metal pins, and the plastics do melt. And so subjecting them to heat is tricky. So today I'm going to show you my tips and tricks on how to do that properly. Let's get started. All right, to salvage the connector off of this donor board, I'm going to come in from below with the hot air. That way I'm not melting any of the plastics. And the temperature and airflow isn't really as crucial if you're not doing direct heat. So I've got this set basically at max on both, and then it'll just slide right off when it's ready. I'll just push it back far enough that I know that none of the solder is touching anything, and we'll let that cool down. And now you can see the damaged connector. It's missing all of that plastic up top. And I can come in from on top because we're not trying to save this connector. Now that I've heated it up thoroughly from below, you can see how easily this plastic is just melting. That's why you can't heat it direct heat. I wanted to show you how that looks. Look at all this plastic just melting. Now there's one other way, let me show you real quick, to remove a connector, and that's with a soldering iron. So what we'll do is we'll take some flux, and with that flux on there, we'll add a little bit of solder paste. This is just some 138 solder paste, so it's a low melt. Take my soldering iron, and what we're gonna do is basically flood this connector with solder. This will mix with the factory solder on all of the metal part, the pins, the legs. I'm just going to mix it up, and then as we do that, the pins will start to move because the solder will mix and it'll melt. I can literally just push the connector around, and just like that, the whole connector will slide off. And I'm just going to use the solder that I have to make nice little pillows on all of the pads. Now I'll come in with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip, and we'll clean up real quickly all of the flux, all of the leftover solder paste, leaving the logic board nice and squeaky clean. Alright, now we'll come in with some flux, and we'll do this top-down view for the resoldering of the connector that we salvaged. I'll grab it and we'll stick it on there. We'll line it on up. It's close enough for now. We'll come in from below with heat like we did to remove it, and you'll see the process of it flowing back on. Alright, so we'll heat it up nicely from below. Just going to give it a few little taps just to make sure it lines up. That looks good. We'll pull the heat away, let things cool down for a second, and then let's inspect it. We're looking for nice little ramps of solder for each one of the pins. They look good, and the grounder is also nicely connected, and the connector flush against the board like it is. It's a simple job, but due to the plastics, it makes it a little bit more complicated. I'm going to clean up the flux with some isopropyl alcohol. Make it nice and pretty, but this connector is fixed. And that's how I replace ZIF connectors. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, or if there's something that you'd like to add, or if there's something that you'd like to see in a future video. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.